Everyone. Hi everyone, welcome into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville-Kelly, your host. My co-host and superstar is Paul Friedlander.
Thank you.
And why are you a superstar?
Well, because obviously I understand there's some video floating out there on Facebook, but it was all Photoshop.
So what were you doing?
I was doing both Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I was doing Ike and Tina Turner.
All at once?
Very proud, yes.
Anyway, I just had to get that out there because you and I have been doing these shows now for what, going on 5 years?
5 years, yeah.
So
great.
And it's great having you
And we're
with
here
us
today representing the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for saying that.
Chambers, and we're excited, and we've got some superstars to talk to this
We
session.
do. Wait till you meet our first two guests. They're really awesome. Lisa.Paris, and she is with ExpressEmployment Professionals, and this lovely young lady is kind of brand new over there, right? Alma.Sosa?
Yes.
And welcome, both of you. You're both just so full of vibrant energy. I love it.
We get it from you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. We are thrilled to be here.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you.
Let's talk about Express. Give me a little bit of overview, and then I'm going to let you and Paul, talk about this lovely gal because you just have all the makings of that superstar
Thank you.
You were talking about.
I agree. ExpressEmployment Professionals is locally owned and operated. We're beginning our 13th year. We exclusively service Pasco and Hernando counties. Right now we're very much focused on the Pasco County climate because of the building. There's so much going on. One of the fastest growing counties in the country. Probably one of the top, it has to be one of the top in the state.
No doubt.
So we are very excited to serve the community. I was a sales consultant, a client success consultant for 2 years, and I recently got promoted to operations vice president.
Cool, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm humbled and honored to take the position and to lead the office to even more success. Alma is very new. She literally started 2 weeks ago, and she is still in Express University online training. We have a great training program online that takes young ladies like her, and under my mentorship will make her a rock star.
That is exciting. What do you have to say about this, my dear?
I think that the Express online training is really, really helpful. I'm definitely learning a lot. Definitely under Lisa. She's hopefully going to help me flourish, so I'm excited.
That's awesome. And at the end of that training, what will she be doing, Lisa?
She's earning her certifications right now in staffing.
Okay.
Staffing is not what anyone really thinks it is. It is a very complex animal. Everyone thinks temps, you go in for a day, and it's not that at all. We build careers. We find people careers that they can retire with. We work with some of the top, we work with the top businesses in the county, many of whom you are well aware of, the big boys. We staff them, and we take these temps, and they go permanent, and they stay in these careers for a really long time. We have always been known for light industrial and clerical. We also do professional staffing, direct hires. We work throughout the state with that program, and that is something that I really want to tackle this next quarter. Once the first quarter of the year is over, the second quarter, I really want to focus on professional staffing, administrative staffing. Medical staffing is huge in this county, and there's a great need for it.
Sure.
There's a lot of great employers, and despite what everyone thinks, there's a lot of great employees out there. There are people that want to work, and I want to put them to work. Our motto as a corporate entity is putting 1 million people to work.
I love that.
And as last year, we put 574,000 people to work.
That is
We grew
fabulous.
from 800 franchises. We just opened number 817.
Awesome.
Our corporate sales last year were $366 billion.
That's amazing.
We dominate the industry.
Right.
We really do.
That is
we have a
really
great product. We
Yeah.
brand it. We're proud of it. And Tim McClain has been a great mentor to me in this particular industry, because I was as green, if not greener, than Alma, because she's much prettier and smarter than I was. But I really grew into it and came to love it, and I'm thrilled to be heading an office with the great ladies that we have.
Well, you're just really, you know, making a big difference, putting people to work. I mean, this is kind of a good thing, right?
It's a really good thing. Unemployment is so low right now, but there are, I think that a lot of the labor statistics, what they don't tap into is that people are working for the same money. The one component that is not balanced is the wage industry, the wage part of it. I mean, there are people out there that work for $8.46 an hour.
Right.
I mean, that's the new minimum wage. It just went up. I mean, and it's great that we raised it, but I mean, how many people can really live on $8.46 an hour?
Absolutely.
And an employer expects them to have dependable transportation and insurance. I mean, you know, rents are high. Living expenses are high.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's a great county to live in. Pasco's a great county. I love Pasco County. I'm actually going to move here. I told you earlier, I'm a Tampa girl. I'm from Hillsborough, but I definitely want to come into the Hudson area. I have some friends that just bought homes there. Beautiful.
Oh,
beautiful
absolutely.
area.
Absolutely.
And I just think that there's a large population here that is worth more money, and that's what we're going to go after.
Isn't that
really
exciting?
going to try to, you know, get these people training that as much needed. I'm working with a couple of different industries, training and getting people that have GEDs, getting them into a career.
Good for you.
Miss
There's
Lisa, tell us about this
Yes.
right here.
Oh, that's my baby. That's our Small Business of the Year award from the Pasco Economic Development Council.
Nice.
We were honored with that August 31st, 2017. I'm the only one that remembers the date because I'm a date person, but yeah, it's a really cool award. It was a great honor. We were in great company.
Okay. Sorry?
No, you're fine.
It's good. That is really beautiful.
Thank you.
And you have every reason to be so proud of that, really. That's
proud.
so awesome. So you've only been there a couple of weeks.
Yes.
All right.
10 days.
Can you give us some aha moments in what you've learned, a couple of things, and how it's going to affect your career?
Definitely. I think that one of the biggest things is basically learning how to be a consultant rather than a sales girl. You don't want to be seen as a sales girl. You want to be seen as a consultant. You want people to be able to come to you if they have any problems with anything that's going on. And I think that that's like what I'm really excited about, is just being mentored and being, you know, molded into this person. So I'm excited.
Well, good for you. You've got the personality for it, too. She's very likable, very approachable.
A little backstory, because they are part of the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce, but what she will tell you, or what Tim will tell you, is that he actually joined the chamber before he officially opened his doors, because he knew what an important integral part it was for his business.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even though the business has been open for 13 years, Tim actually, before he opened his physical doors, had already become a chamber member.
That's amazing.
You know,
exactly.
Pardon me. An interesting tidbit about that. We went to a ribbon cutting ceremony last night at the CBD store in Port Richey.
Yes.
Shout out to them, by the way. Anyway, we were talking about Tim's ribbon cutting, and he did it on his 10-year anniversary.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was really cool. And I hope that businesses that are coming up now will anniversary with a ribbon cutting, even if they do their original ribbon cutting with the chamber when they open.
Yes.
No
I think that's a really cool way to celebrate a decade of business serving accounting.
And it was a great party.
Was it?
Oh yeah, it was.
I wish I could have been there.
His 10-year anniversary
Well,
party
wait till
was
you
a
see
good one.
15, Paulie.
I'm
15's
waiting.
going to be rocking.
I'm waiting. Now, you guys, just to understand a little bit more, I know you do some labor.
Yes, we do. Light
you
industrial
do some light
laborers,
industrial
sure.
labors. And I know you do, as you mentioned before, you do temp to perm. But
Yes.
you also, I'm getting the feeling that what you were talking about is you're also going to perm directly too, correct?
Yes, direct hire.
Okay.
Yeah, direct
So-
hire, which means they don't go through the temp process. There are companies that want to take the risk. We exhaust, you know, we're not resume pushers. We make sure that we do all of our pre-screening before we send the resume. Once we do, we've pretty much zeroed in on who's going to be for that position. And they don't want them to be temps because they lose their benefits potential.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Then they have to start from day one, and the 90-day clock starts running. And they think that's unfair to the temps.
So Lisa, so somebody listening to this show or going to watch this video when you post it on your website or on your Facebook page, if they are, say, an IT professional,
Yes.
looking for a new position, they could send you their resume and come in and talk to you all, correct?
Absolutely. The process starts online with an online application at expresspros.com/Pasco Hernando. Make sure you hit Pasco Hernando so we get it. And then one of our front of the house coordinators will call you to set up a face-to-face interview. And then we have over 100 tests that we can provide for industry specifications, depending on what our clients are looking for.
Okay.
But yes, everything from RNs, IT, general managers. We have I wish I could tell all of what I'm recruiting for right now, because
Right.
the boom that's going to happen locally in the next few months is very exciting.
I need to talk to you.
Okay.
My niece is coming, or my daughter-in-law is coming here as an RN, and you know that story. I've got her resume ready to go, but she's moving from Gainesville, so we need help.
We'll find her.
How many people are out there like that need help, that are moving here?
Exactly, and there is never a cost to the associate. We are a free service.
Right.
We do not, the associate doesn't pay $1.
We're going to get together.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
You have my email.
Yes, definitely.
Right after Dillard's clearance.
Listen, as we're starting to wind down this session, can you, what's the website they need to go to if they're interested to get their resume to you guys?
Sure. It's expresspros.com/Pasco Hernando, Florida, FL, I think it is. Pasco Hernando, FL, pardon me. And like I said, there's an online submission process. Submit the application. Within 24 hours, you will get a call from one of our coordinators.
All right.
Guys, thank you so
They
much
both
for being
are
on
awesome.
today.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations,
Thank
both of
you.
you, and we're going to be right back after this.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeave on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the community, bringing you businesses in the local area. We're featuring West Pasco Chamber of Commerce. I'm Barbara Marville-Kelly. Thanks for joining us. And with me is...
her co-host. I am Paul Friedlander. I am with Total Title Solutions as an account executive, but here representing the West Pasco, as she said, Chamber of Commerce. And we've got two real special people with us today. This is Tom and Beth Berger. They are long time owners of Maaco since October of 2018.
There you go.
Which I think is just probably just shy of 5 months coming up, right?
Yeah. Technically last year.
And we've already we've had a ribbon cutting. You guys had a very nice little grand opening. Tell us what made you decide to go in there and take over and buy this?
So cars are our passion, right? Okay. So they're very cool. A lot of people may not think so, but think cars are very cool. Some people think point A to point B, but we actually see them almost as a work of art. So that's really the passion behind cars. We have fooled with cars for many years, and auto body and paint seem to be the thing to go.
And you're in a great location right there.
We really are.
What's the address there?
4401 US 19. We're across from Sam's, just south of Trouble Creek.
Yep.
I know just where you guys are.
Yeah.
And it's a great location. And we were there for that ribbon cutting grand opening. You had Hits 106 was out there.
We did.
Doing a couple hours. Yep, John was out there. Always a good John. But you guys also, what I saw there was some young, excited, energetic people working for y'all.
No, absolutely. We are fortunate. We have a lot of people we have 11 people that work for us, and every one of them love their job. You would think that sanding and doing body work and painting cars all day long and welding new quarter panels on would get boring. But these guys are so dedicated, and to them it's an art. There's so much pride. We have a team meeting or something, we have to let them know 15, 20 minutes early because they're not walking away. So you're like, where's so-and-so? And they're just stuck. They're like, wait a minute, one more minute. I just got to finish this up. So they take a ton of pride. To them, it's an expression of their personality because you're really it is. It really is a lot of creativity. So, and we're fortunate enough to have a crew like that. They stand by us and behind us and with us, and when they see customers come pick up their cars, they get excited because they know they worked on it. So,
well, in all fairness too, it's an expression of your personality because it comes from the top down.
That's right.
These guys wouldn't be as loyal if they didn't feel that you were loyal to them, which is really awesome. I know you and I had a conversation on the phone a couple of weeks ago about you've only been there for 5 months, but you guys are already getting pushed. So what are you attributing this great success to?
I think there's a lot of hard work involved in it. And I think the passion in developing our people, we really work on trying to empower them to make sure that they can make their creative decisions. They do have interactions with the customers, which is great because the customer gets to meet the passion behind the product that they get. And I think have just really tried to put forth all of our energy and effort into making the business a success.
And everybody knows the name Maaco, but talk talk exactly about what all you, because I think a lot of people go, oh, I can take my car in there and get it painted, but you're more than that. So talk about what you guys do over there.
Yeah, we're much more than that. We'll do stuff from heavy collision. Example, poor girl not long ago driving down the road just around Christmas time actually, driving down the road, minding her own business, and boom, this big smash on the roof of her car. Deer jumps over a 6-foot wall, doesn't see it, till it lands part on her windshield, crushes her roof. Literally, we made that car into a convertible for a couple days till we installed a new roof and put it all back together.
Yeah.
You know, those are big jobs. That's what you're cutting the whole center of that car out and replacing all with new stuff. So we're more than just painting. A lot of people think that, you know, Maaco is just go there and get a cheap paint job. It really isn't a cheap paint job. It's really every job that comes out of there, no matter if it's heavy collision to just a fender bender or painting a bumper because someone ran into a curb or whatever may happen. It's so much more. We'll take a car and make it look new again. We really will. I mean, that's the important thing. One of the things she loves to say is that we're making the world more beautiful one car at a time.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's true. It really is true, because when you see the before and after pictures, you know, that's one thing I love, because in certain businesses or industries you can't really see and touch what you do, and this has such a positive validation with every car that comes in, whether it's just delaminated or dusty or just faded or crunched. When they come out, they look like brand new cars again, and people fall in love with their car all over again.
I know,
which is
They really
great.
do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And talk to us, how do you all go about working with the insurance companies and
Oh, you
things
read
like
my
that?
mind.
So insurance companies, customers will sometimes refer. They'll say, we want to deal with the Maaco and Newport Richie. Other times insurance companies will say, go see the guys. So, you know, unfortunately and fortunately with insurance companies, when you start taking the car apart, sometimes is when you really find the damage.
Right.
So, you know, a job that might start out that seems kind of minor at first appearance, we start pulling bumpers off and fenders off, you find there's a lot more damage.
Of course.
So insurance companies are great to work with. You know, we have standard rates worked out with them, and you know, something comes up, you know, you need extra parts, you need whatever. Insurance companies are great. So you know, we submit, we do all the paperwork on the back end. So basically our customers, they just come in, leave their car, we work with the insurance companies, get everything approved, and from that point we finish it and then deliver it hopefully within a timely manner of, you know, a week to 2 weeks, usually depending upon the crash. It could be a big crash, which may take, you know, 3 weeks. You just don't know until you start taking them apart.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's so
please, Beth.
great.
And,
That's good to know.
and conversely, we have people that don't want to go through insurance sometimes because,
Yeah.
you know, the insurance rates can go up. So we'll work with people who come in, and sometimes they'll say, you know, I'd rather do this on my own and not have to worry about the deductible and the insurance. We have lots of great options. We offer 0% financing, which is extremely helpful when somebody has, you know, the incident that maybe they didn't have comp or collision, you know, so we do our best to work with the customers however we can, where it gives them different options, you know, instead of just going through insurance.
That's a good point. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as exciting and as you guys are and as busy as you are, what is there a standard turnaround time?
We shoot for within, depending upon the job, right? But normally we shoot for within a week. We don't always meet that.
Really?
Yeah, we try to we try really hard to get it within a week. Some of the things that could happen, you know, we're not a sealed environment. It's an aftermarket. Sometimes, no matter how clean you clean the car's been on the road. And in the fender somewhere, there's a leaf that you didn't know about.
Gotcha.
And then when the spray gun hits that certain area, it'll pop out. So sometimes we have to go back and do a little bit to touch it up to make it look good again. But we have a great painter. He will stop in the middle and say, no, let's back it out. Let's fix this area. You know, those things will happen occasionally. We'd love to say that every car that we come in there, we get out in time, but they're on the road and they're parked under trees. And when they're on the road and they're parked under trees, as much as you blow those cars out and clean those cars before they go in the paint booth, it's just one little air in the right spot will blow something out.
Yeah.
And, but luckily on the smaller jobs, we can frequently get something turned around in even as short as a day. If it's a little spot, or if people want their headlights down, we can do that while they wait. Pinstriping, we can do that while they wait. So there's a lot of really fast turnaround things, that we like those as well. But when it comes to the bigger jobs, the collision jobs, then sometimes we are looking at, more than a couple business days.
Yeah. What about that person with the 10-year-old car that just wants to fall in love with it again, that's got some dings and dangs, but not anything major, and wants to just get the dings out and repaint it looking new?
Yeah, we get a lot of those. We get a lot of people come in and yes, they bought their car brand new. They fell in love with it then. They still love their car, but they walk out and there's that ding on the door from the grocery store, and it's all they see.
Yes.
So they want to fix that. Then the sun kills and breaks up the clear coat. Next thing you have delamination. So we get a lot of those people come in. 9 out of 10 times, they don't even get to the door before they go to their car, because they see it when they pull in the lot, and you can see their faces.
That would be me.
And then you got the one person.
You have to go out and get them.
Yeah, you do. You have to kind of go out and get them and kind of walk them through, make sure did we get everything that you expected? Did we, because we have to think of it through the customer's eyes and the customer standpoint. All too often, I think in every profession, you tend to think about the way you do things, but we're a service, to our customers, and so we have to just really stop and think, what do they expect? What is it that they really want? And then the other part of it is that good enough for my standards too? Because they may be just slightly lower and say, I don't really care about that, but we'll fix it anyway. That little ding on the door, they may not care. Well, I don't care. It's just the sun I'm worried about.
But you guys do.
Yeah, and then when they come pick it up and they're like, wow, my dings are gone.
But that's just really doing, customer satisfaction. That's what it's all about.
We've been extremely fortunate since we've taken over. We've gotten all 5-star reviews on Google.
That's awesome.
Been extremely fortunate.
Surprised me.
Yeah, and
really
the customers become our family. We think of our coworkers as family. Customers, they're welcome to come in anytime, have a cup of coffee with us. Talk about their grandkids, talk about their sons, talk about their daughters, talk about
We always have coffee,
softball.
water, Gatorade available. Just for somebody stopping in and saying hello or an estimate. We want to make sure people feel comfortable.
Well, I always say at the end of the day, whether you're selling title insurance, John wants to know if you all have rum runners.
Fridays.
We need Fridays.
Rum runner Friday.
Rum runner Friday. But beer Thursday, by the way.
I love it. But, I would say at the end of the day, whether you're selling title insurance or producing a TV show or fixing somebody's car, we're all in the exact same business. At the end of the day, we're in the customer service business. No matter what you're selling, service-wise or product-wise. Everybody, and a lot of people forget that.
That's all they
We're
do.
all in the exact same business. We're all in the customer service business.
We really are.
And it's real evident with you guys. And you guys exude the customer service and the...
We really try hard. We really try to look at it from the customer standpoint.
We can tell. Yeah. We only have a few seconds remaining, but also being part of the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce, as I go ahead and open the show, we always talk about being the heartbeat of the community. This is what we're talking about. Business owners like this that care about you. So you'll have to check it out. If you need a paint job, no matter what, large or small, right?
Absolutely.
You take it all.
We do.
All right.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh,
yes.
wonderful.
I may even see you guys too.
Awesome.
We'll be right back.
Have a great...
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeave on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. I'm Barbara Marville-Kelly. With me is Paul Friedlander.
Yes, I am.
And who are we honoring?
We are here honoring the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce, and we have the awesome, everybody knows him in the community, Mr. Jeremy Simons with us today. He's becoming a major entrepreneur. He has now got 2 escape rooms.
I love this.
Talk to us about escape rooms and why they're so popular right now, and what you have going with yours.
We have 2 now. I've been an entrepreneur now for like 13 years, so this is just a different sector. It's a little bit more fun. Let's see. So we opened TimeTrap, which is right next to Law Office, which I was on here last time.
Right.
EscapeTimeTrap.com back in August. That's doing really well. And we had an opportunity for Raise to Escape, which is down Darlington and 19 at Holiday Towers. We had an opportunity, so we jumped on it, and we took over that business with another business partner of ours back on January 4th. So we've been running that for 2 months now, and it's an entirely different ballgame.
What is it about escape rooms now? What has made it so popular with the fan base out there? Why do you see families and everything come and talk to us about that?
It's a real life immersion puzzle game, right? So it's when you take families and you put them in a room together and they have to work together. They're communicating. They're in there. There's no distractions. It's 1 hour of concentrating on each other. And people think it's like Saw or it's like the movie escape rooms. Most aren't. You're not physically locked in. You know, there's no danger at ours.
Right.
But it's really an opportunity. The kids put the cell phones down. The parents aren't distracted by the calls from work. The TV's not on. I mean, unless it's part of the game.
Right.
But everybody's there together. It's a great date night. It's a great marriage night. It's a great just met night. It's a great bring the kids night. It's a great birthday party. And it's a great corporate team building event as well. I mean, we've had up to this coming weekend, we're going to have 30 people from an organization come through the rooms within an hour.
Okay.
And then they meet and they talk about their experiences, and birthday parties, we have an area for them. And it's just a great way for people to just do it.
And the average number of people that go into the room at a time, how does that work? Is there as many?
It depends. I mean, if it's date night, it's 2 or 3. We don't judge.
Right.
You know, whatever the case may be. Or, you know, couples. But for one of our rooms at Race to Escape, we can do up to 10.
Okay.
At TimeTrap, we can do 2 of our rooms at 6 and 1 at 4. So we can fit a lot of people through all at the same time. And it depends on who. Tonight, for example, we have a group of 2, and then we have a group of 10.
And these are themed, yes?
Yes, every room is themed.
That's what I want to know is walk me through this. Like, what do I, you know, without giving away what's going on.
Here's the beautiful thing. Tell me where you want to go. Give me at any time, any era, any location.
Really?
You want to go to Egypt in the ancient times and a tomb dig? You want to go back to medieval times? You want to wait till the end of April and go in a spaceship? You want to hang out with Sherlock Holmes? You want to fight a nuclear attack? You want to blow up a meth lab? You want to be a lawyer for an hour? You know, whatever you want to do, you want to, or go into a zombie apocalypse, you're immersed in an environment within an hour where you're finishing off a mission-based game to, in most escape rooms around town, save the world.
Okay.
Or save whatever it is. But where do you want to go?
That's save the world. That's where I'm going.
You can, you know, you can go anywhere you want. And I mean, well, you go to that room. You choose where you want to go.
That's great. You gave the ideas that I was looking for. So it's the sky's the limits.
Depending on the creativity of the designers. And we have some great escape rooms in Newport Richey and Port Richey. I mean, we have 8 total rooms between the 2 companies. There's a company called Rock Ave who's right around the corner, who's fantastic, next to Bricks. We work with them. There's one up in Spring Hill. I understand there's one that's going to be about 100 yards from where we're sitting right now. We have one in Palm Harbor called MindTrap. There's so many places to go. I mean, why go to the movies and sit back and be a passive participant in your entertainment? Go out and experience it. Participate.
And Jeremy, and I'm like Barb. When you again, I don't want you to give away secrets or anything, but when you go in there, are they physical clues? Are they written clues? Or does it just depend?
It depends on the puzzle, and sometimes it's all of it.
Okay.
Sometimes it's searching. Sometimes it's logic. Sometimes it's deduction. Sometimes it's just observation. Sometimes you have to interact with a maze or some other physical component.
Okay.
Sometimes it's smell. Sometimes it's light. Sometimes it's touch.
Love this.
Sometimes it just depends on how creative you get. I mean, we were talking about cars on the last segment about cars are a work of art. Escape rooms are literally a work of art, right? So we're kind of the small community version. You go to Orlando, they're Hollywood, but it's still art forms. And we create, we design, we immerse people, we watch them have fun, and then, you know, people walk out and say, when can I come back?
Do you have hidden cameras in there?
They're not hidden. They're right there.
Oh, they're right there.
They're right there. We tell them we can see and hear it all. So
That's
one of the
great.
funny for our late Saturday night groups, because it's a little different than our Sunday morning groups,
Sure.
right?
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
think?
Yeah. So I tell them all the time. I said, look, if you need a clue, use whatever choice words you want. Anything you want, just include the word clue. And we know exactly where it's going. So yes, so we can see and hear everything that goes on.
And you
there.
can actually talk to them too while they're in there.
We have means of communicating with them in TimeTrap. All of the ways we communicate with them are part of the storyline.
Okay.
At Race to Escape, we have a little bit broader way that we're working on some improvements, and we're working hard at Race to Escape. For those that have experienced Race to Escape in the past, because it's a company that's been around since 2015.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The Race to Escape business itself that we took over, those rooms have been there for quite some time, going on 4 years.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it got a bad rap there for a little while. In 2018, you could see the reviews were going down, and it created an opportunity for us to jump in. And for those that have done Race to Escape before, we're working hard to put it back up to the level, because it really was the first one in this area. All of the other ones that have now popped up, Race to Escape was really the one where people say, what's the first room you ever did? And just like me, they say, I did Sherlock Holmes at Race to Escape. Just like so many other people, and we're working hard to improve them every day.
That's awesome. Talk to us a little bit about
Excuse me.
the time frame, what days of the week, what kind of hours. I give you a call and we want to do something on a Thursday night. What kind of hours do the two, and they may be different, but what kind of hours do the rooms have?
Normal business hours, and then jump into spring break, because that's timely considering it starts next week.
Gotcha.
Normal business hours for Race to Escape are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday starting at 6.
Okay.
Saturday starting at 1, and Sunday starting at 1.
Okay.
TimeTrap is Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. Thursdays starting at 6, Friday at 6, Saturday at 12,
Oh, okay.
Sundays at 12. Now for spring break, we're actually expanding those hours.
Sure.
So we're going to have
Great.
TimeTrap's going to be open starting at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Every day for 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
And Race to Escape for Pasco County spring break will be open. Pasco County spring break 1 o'clock every day. So parents, you know, bring the kids.
Yeah.
We have kids as young as 9 who love it. Really, and the 16 and 17-year-olds are brilliant at it. People talk
I
about,
bet.
oh yeah, people talk about and knock education. I'll tell you what, whatever they're doing for as far as the deduction and visual association skills and problem solving in the school system for the kids that are searching out these types of puzzles, they're brilliant.
I bet.
I am very impressed with those that apply themselves to the educational system, what they're learning, because they are heads above where I'm able to do and associate the education that they're receiving. And I've gone to a lot of college in my life.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And so it's really a lot of fun to see these bright young kids walk
yeah.
through. I mean, they're just amazing.
Exactly.
And for anybody that doesn't know, this young man sitting across from me is also an attorney. So when he says he's been to a lot of college in life, he's been to a lot of college in life.
Yeah, and we're still, you know, the law firm is still 50 hours a week, and we're growing at the law firm. We added a third attorney.
That's awesome.
So that's growing. Nothing. I'm not getting away from lawyering. Still lawyering
Right.
full time
I know
and
you
loving
do.
every second of it. It's so two separate things, entirely different.
But this is probably good for you, because I would guess that an attorney has a little bit of stress, right?
It's amazing.
I mean, to me, it sounds like balance. Every time I've ever run into you out in the neighborhood or here, you're always even keel, just really cool.
It is so, it's great. I have to be busy all the time. I cannot sit down. The only time the TV's on is to fall asleep. I have to.
Sounds like me.
I have to go all the time. I have to be doing something. But I can't lawyer all the time.
Right.
I have to stop.
Sure.
But otherwise, I'm just going to go spend money on something. So it really is. I get to sit there on the weekends. I spend my weekends and I watch people and each hour, and they come in, and I see families bond. You know?
Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, because my day job, I see families split apart, and we try and repair it and strengthen people and protect children.
see?
And here I'm watching families come together, and they're bonding, and they're building each other up. It's a beautiful contrast, and it's fantastic.
And
You're
guys,
giving-
in case
you're giving
you,
back.
Yes, and in case you didn't get that, I'm going to take a little plug here real quick. Jeremy's firm is Simons and Katie. Is a wonderful. I know you've got a third partner, but Miss Erin Katie is over there with Erin Katie. Carmichael is over there with him. Erin Katie. It's got a wonderful, and they do practice family law. So I imagine this is a great stress reliever to watch the families together versus what you do during the day.
13 years of watching people fight. This is a wonderful. It reminds me why we do what we do in the day job. And I love them both. I really just enjoy it. Everything that we're doing with the escape room and the firm, and watching how the two kind of play.
But you know what you're doing too? Is you're creating the future for these families. They may not be ending up in separating if they're getting back, because today it seems like families need more focus. I mean 100% focus. Without this, without the phones, without all the craziness that's going on in the world, what I'm gathering is they come there and that's all they do.
That's it.
Is have fun.
Because
and bond.
You know, the days when families go and watch movies together, now parents drop their teenage kids off, right? The days where you sit down and you play checkers or Monopoly, I hope that still happens. I don't think it does, as when there's an Xbox or a tablet or a phone.
Yeah.
If mom, dad, teenage kids, they come and they do it together, and they walk out laughing. And they walk out
I
having
just
fun.
love this.
Listen, we appreciate
Anytime.
you, my friend.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Anytime. You
coming
should be
on
a
today.
regular on the show. Thank you.
Well,
we'll be right
look,
back.
We'll look forward to having you back.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leave on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Welcome back to the fourth section of My Chamber TV. I am Paul Friedlander, and I am here today representing the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce with my awesome host, because I'm just a co-host, my awesome host, Miss Barbara Marville-Kelly.
Aw, that was nice. Very good.
And we've been doing this show, as we mentioned in the first segment, for about almost 5 years. We started out on the Bayou.
Yeah, we did.
We started on the Bayou in Tarpon Springs, and we've been to a few different locations, but John and his crew, Rob and everybody, they've got this thing down to a science, and we love it.
And you bring us such great guests.
Well, I appreciate
really
that.
Do.
We try. We've got some good members over at the Chamber, and it's what it's the way you interact with them and things like that. It brings out. And the three guests today, were they excited about what they do?
I can use every single one of them.
Yes, and they love what they do, and that was real evident from the shows.
It was so obvious.
Barb, we have got so much coming up, and there's some good things happening at the Chamber. I apologize. I know that in the email and the Facebook posts and things like that, that our interim president, Tim McClain, was going to be on, but Tim's been on the job for about 4 or 5 days right now, pulling really long hours, and is just, when we talked about this, he said things are just real fluid right now, so I told him if he couldn't make it that I would cover for him.
Well, we'll get him at one point.
But we will definitely get him at some point.
Absolutely.
But let's start with this Thursday, tomorrow afternoon, guys. We have the Hudson Brochure Exchange starting up again, and that's That's Atria Windsor Woods. Lori Felber up there, and it's sponsored by Helge Orn with New York Life. It's an 11:30 to 1 o'clock, and I got to tell you guys, it's all on the calendar as you see on the screen right now. But that is a $10 cash lunch, but it's all prepared by the chefs at the.
Nice.
It's one of the best lunches you'll ever have for $10. It is absolutely awesome and great networking. Then on next Wednesday, there's a crew of people going to Tallahassee because it's the West Pasco Day in Tallahassee. This group will go up there. They'll get a chance to talk to our legislators, our representatives, tell them what kind of needs we have down here in Pasco, in the western part of Pasco County. And it's a really neat day. I'm not positive, but I believe there's probably some more opportunities. If anybody would like to go, just call over to the Chamber and ask to speak to Tim or catch up with Greg Armstrong, the chairman of the board. And then next Thursday, the 14th, Suncoast Credit Union's got a new office opening on 54 in Trinity.
Do they really? That's my credit union.
I didn't even know that either, and they're doing it from it's a 6 to 7:30, ribbon cutting, networking, and that means there'll be probably beer and wine and good food.
Yeah, I would guess so.
And that's next Thursday, March 14th. And guys, you'll like this one. I don't even know if you knew, they've been doing this for a while now. On the 20th, at the Medical Center of Trinity, we have the West Pasco Professional Women in Business.
Yes, I do.
And it's a great opportunity to network. I know that they've been, I don't know if you've been to them yet.
Yes,
I know they've been going through books and things like that, sort of almost like a book club, professional network. I know Julie Rogers is heavily involved in that and stuff, and I guess they're going to be discussing Who Moved My Cheese.
Oh, okay.
I know what John's thinking in the back, but it's Who Moved My Cheese. Which is a great lesson for your business and personal. So tell me, has it been a blast? Those groups?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys do there? Can you tell?
I mean, yeah. Well, it's we get a lot done, right?
Yeah, because that's from 11:30. Yeah, and that is always the third Wednesday of. That's always the third Wednesday of every month. Again, 11:30 to 1 over at Trinity. Do you guys do lunch and everything too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. And then on Thursday. Talk about well-established. This is the Trinity Brochure Exchange that takes place at Seven Springs Country Club, sponsored by Eric Anderson. Eric's been doing this brochure. He's sponsored this brochure exchange probably for the last 6 or 7 years.
Has he really? He's so good.
He's good peeps. He's the third Thursday of every month. He's in the promotional business. If y'all don't know Eric Anderson. And he's also a phenomenal musician and guitar player, and you can usually catch him. He does an acoustical set on, I think, the third Thursday or whatever of the month over at Gill Dog. So you'll see him out in the community. We've had him on stage at Chasco. He's a great, great musician also.
Yeah, he is.
On the 28th, the following, that's the Port Richey Brochure Exchange, and that takes place at Nico's right there on 19th.
Oh, okay.
And I understand they're under new ownership, and things are going real well. And again, all those are from 11:30 to 1.
Cool.
And then, I mentioned it a second ago, guess what's around the corner?
What?
Chasco.
Oh, yeah.
And we have the Coronation Ball. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's Friday the 29th of March. Is that a Friday? And that is going to be is sponsored by the Lighthouse for the Blind. All the funds go to them. It's a great organization.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when we'll pick our new King Pithla and Queen Chasko.
That's right.
And that's been going on since, I believe, 1922.
I know the history of this town is unbelievable.
It really is. And then 2 events during that week that the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce is involved with. The Young Professionals does the bowling tournament.
Yeah.
And this has got to be 7th or 8th year. It's on Tuesday. I believe it's on a Tuesday night. I believe it's April 2nd. It's $160 for a team of bowlers. But that includes, we have everybody, each team brings some desserts. We have the famous dessert bars. We usually have a drawing for a spirit table. We end up having drawings for 50-50. I mean, I want to tell you, talk about a fun event. I know that Barry Horvath does his Bowling for Boobs. Bowling events are just really a blast. Even if you don't want to bowl, just come and watch and have a great evening. I mean, it is a lot of fun. And if you don't have a whole team, you heard me say $160, pay your $40. We'll get you hooked up with a team. So on April 2nd, come on out. I believe it starts at 6:30. Registration at 5:30. That's $160 for a team of 4. And it's $40 a person if you don't have a team and just want to come out. But again, you know, Jeremy mentioned team building.
Yeah, he did.
And we give prizes for the best costumes, for the most spirited. And so it is absolutely a friggin' blast. Now, I've got a trophy hiding over there,
Yes,
but I wanted to let you know that last year's winner was Mears Plumbing. Anybody that knows Travis knows he's just slightly competitive. He's going for the 2-peat. And you want to get your team together. Travis is saying, no, look at this, you get your name on here.
Wow, that
Travis
is nice.
is saying that nobody's going to beat them again this year. And just relaxing in the lanes with some of Pasco's finest. There'll be raffles against Spirit Table. It is a lot of fun. We give trophies to the first, second, third place teams in terms of score. We have the high score. And we usually do 9-pin no tap. So any of you that are not bowlers, that means if you get 9 pins, it counts as a strike. And then the third game is Cosmic Bowling, where the lights go out and everything's under black light. And then on Friday the 5th is it's the 18th annual Chasko Fiesta Golf Tournament.
Oh, wow.
That's put on by the West Pasco Chamber. I got to tell you guys, it's a great deal. It's at the Seven Springs Country Club. It's $500 for a team. That includes the greens fees, 2 golf carts, the lunch, goodie bags, door prizes, includes dinner.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's
That's
the lunch
really a
and
lot.
dinner. 4 drink tickets on the course, so you can get some cocktails. You know, most guys don't drink while they're golfing. Yeah,
No,
right.
never.
There's a hole-in-one contest. In fact, last year, Jack Mariano got a hole-in-one and won.
How about that?
Yeah, and then there's a whole sponsor sign. So there's a lot of opportunities coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, the Chambers, I know that, you know, that right now Tim is the interim. Things are really changing. We're getting back into the community, and which is what made it successful to begin with. They're going back to our roots. So if you have any questions about the Chamber, call me directly at 727-641-0575 or call the Chamber at 727-842-7651. All the things I mentioned, go online now. We've got a new website and a new whole directory type of thing. We're using a company called Chamber Master. So you can go online, you can pull up the events that are coming up, it opens them up, it gives you all the details on them. It's so much,
I love
it's
that.
so much more user-friendly than our previous one.
Oh, good.
So if you've had some, you know, if you've had a little bit of misgivings lately, let me tell you, the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce is back online, back on time, and back in our neighborhoods with our small businesses.
And that's the way it has been.
And we're excited about that.
You know, it's really interesting. I've said this. I haven't said it in a while, so I'll say it.
Please.
But West Pasco, because I raised my family here. Both my sons went to the schools. They've become very successful. But I never knew the connection and how everybody that is involved with the West Pasco, and even the residents that maybe have, you know, they're not in business anymore or whatever, it's such a close-knit community. That's why I opened the show saying that we're the heart of Tampa Bay here.
We are.
Everybody helps out everybody, and they engage, and they really do become a business family.
And there's so many things that go on. You and I have talked about this a lot that go on in this community that people just don't know.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. This morning, I was given the honor of doing the invocation for Youth Leadership Pasco breakfast graduation.
Nice.
This was the 20th anniversary of Youth Leadership Pasco. A lot of our business people in the community, our major business, have been in Leadership Pasco.
Sure.
And maybe even Leadership Tampa Bay or Leadership St. Pete. They're all over. But in 1998, 20 years ago, that class, for their project, decided to start Youth Leadership Pasco. And this, out of 80 applications, they select 35 of the finest students from high schools all over the county, west, central, and east. And you should have heard these kids get up and talk about what their favorite part was. It's a condensed version, but they go one day up to Bayonet Point Medical, and they get to see the background. They go to the sheriff's office, they go to the jail, and get to see the background. We do a class on networking. They get to speak to not the doctor, but Kurt Browning comes in and talks to them and lets them ask questions. They go to one of the tree toppers, and they do the ropes course and all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and these are sharp, up-and-coming leaders in our community.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? And you know what? You've got to learn somewhere. We, as parents and leaders in the community, need to set that example, and now they're going to be doing that with their peers. Yeah. That's great.
Guys, go out in the community, visit your small businesses, shake hands with somebody sitting next to you, meet somebody new, make a new friend.
Yep.
You'll find that most people are extremely friendly, would love to say hello, and are just looking for somebody to talk to them.
Yeah, you know, that's true. That's really true. Paulie, thank you. Or should I call you Tina?
Yeah.
Tina, baby! I got to go watch that video.
The good news is John didn't have this on video.
Maybe next time.
It's always, my friend, a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
West
And
Pasco
thank you.